You're watching Coin 6 News at 5:30. Watching out for you.
Well, tonight we take a look at the race to represent Southwest Washington in Congress, and it is getting a lot of attention nationwide after incumbent Republican Jamie Herrera Butler was voted out in the primary.
Now to our Dan Tilkin, who's here now with a look at the Republican and Democrat, both running to replace her. Dan.
There is so much backstory here, namely that Herrera Butler lost after being one of 10 Republicans who voted to impeach Donald Trump. Well, Trump has backed Republican Joe Kent, who's running against another political newcomer, Democrat Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez, who's pushing back against her own party.
Our economy is absolutely being destroyed by Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats at every level.
At their first debate 2 weeks ago, the economy was topic number one.
Rural communities are hemorrhaging the critical services they need to keep our economies vibrant.
Both are trying to appeal to working-class Americans. I asked Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez about working to separate herself from GOP criticism that Democrats are responsible for high inflation, violence, and homelessness.
I was pretty annoyed with a lot of Democratic messaging earlier that was like, oh, it's not that bad. Inflation's not that bad. It's transitory. It is that bad. It sucks, right? Like, my business is hurting because of it. Anybody that says that there's a quick solution is selling you something, and it's not the truth. It is going to take work and deliberate investment to get us back to a position of energy independence and a vibrant economy that can withstand all of these.
We've interviewed Joe Kent several times before, including this unedited appearance on our Eye on Northwest Politics in January. But recently, he was a no-show for another unedited appearance on the show. And several days later, his campaign manager unexpectedly declined a recorded interview with me, emailing, "Our policy with local left-wing media outlets is to only do live interviews."
The Republican establishment actually fears me just like they feared President Trump.
Kent aims his attacks on Wall Street, certainly a non-traditional platform for a Republican. He wants to bring back manufacturing to the United States and secure the southern border, and wants the U.S. to reverse Democrats' energy policy. He's against economic and military support of Ukraine to defend itself against Russia.
The biggest issue we have right now in our country is our antiquated political system. Republicans and Democrats have failed the American people.
Kent is a former Green Beret, and his military wife was killed in action. Endorsed by former President Donald Trump, Kent has continued to question the outcome of the presidential election. In August, he tweeted, "The 2020 election was rigged and stolen." This is what he told our Ken Body in January.
That's why when I get into the House of Representatives, I'm going to push for a full congressional inquiry to finish that process that was supposed to take place on January 6th, where every single state that had discrepancies gets a chance to lay it out for the American people so we can finally have some transparency.
Do you see him as an extremist?
I mean, what else would you call someone who says that we should arrest Fauci for murder?
No more excessive government control, and we will hold unelected bureaucrats accountable.
To the crowd, does anyone else feel like they just spent a month on YouTube?
Kent has been under a microscope for doing an interview with a white nationalist supporter and connections to supporters of far-right nationalist groups like the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers.
But it's absolute garbage. I don't have any ties to any racist organizations, anti-Semitic organizations, or that trash.
Clearly communicating that I'm a moderate.
Gluesenkamp-Perez owns an auto repair shop in rural Skamania County. As a gun owner, she's against an assault weapons ban, but supports raising the age to buy one to 21. She also favors background checks and red flag laws, and she's against removing hydroelectric dams. Perez and Kent spar over abortion. She's pro-abortion rights, and he wants to end abortion in America. Like Kent, Perez wants to do more to help the timber industry, removing undergrowth from forests and more controlled burns to stop wildfires in the gorge. She would also like to increase taxes on the ultra-rich if she gets to Congress, but there are critical numbers that seem to be against her. While Gluesenkamp-Perez got the most votes in the August open primary at 31% and another Democrat got 2%, Republican candidates combined had 65%. Perez is now looking to people who supported the woman who was just voted out.
How do you overcome that deficit?
Well, it's absolutely with the support of Jamie's voters. That has been, evident from the beginning.
How's your 401k doing right now? How's your future look for your kids? Very bleak. We cannot have 2 more years of the Democrats at the helm. I'm going there to be a check and a balance on Nancy Pelosi and on Joe Biden.
That's why this race really is a bellwether for the country. We are at a fork in the road here, and we cannot afford to sit this one out on the couch. We need all the help we can get because our democracy is on the line, frankly.
So money in campaigns is very important, and campaign finance records show Kent had nearly 10 times as much money as Perez in the last campaign contribution report, but that was before the primary. The next report is due Saturday, and that is the same day they'll engage in their next debate, which is sponsored by the League of Women Voters. We have a link at coin.com if people want to watch that.
Okay, just to reiterate, Dan, you relied on older interviews with Joe Kent. He refused to do an interview with you?
It really caught us off guard. I think we've been very fair to him. I pride myself, it's my number one thing when I do this job, is to be fair. And it's hard to be fair if somebody won't talk to you. So I did the best I could to go through old interviews and represent where he's coming from.
Okay, we just wanted to clarify that. Okay, thank you, Dan.
All right, Dan, thank you. Well, coming up,